Hi, welcome to my very first tutorial here on One Crafty Girl. I am very excited. This channel is a long time coming, and if anything else, I hope that it gives you a little bit of inspiration and a little bit more education on how to make the things that I share on Instagram and TikTok that you guys love so much. So the first one is kind of a no-brainer. It's gonna be the retro blanket dress. I had no idea when I made this dress how popular it was going to be. I mean, 21 million views on Instagram, that's crazy. But either way, I was actually more stunned, regardless of the number, of how many people wanted to make this themselves, which is the sort of the reason why I share these in the first place. So today I'm gonna be showing you how I personally make the granny square blanket retro dress situation. We're going to be using this thrifted blanket that I got for probably $6 at Savers or less. Yes, exactly. And basically what you're gonna look for in a blanket is if you fold it in half, if it covers your whole body. You're gonna fold this guy in half and you're going to see if it covers all of the bits and if it's wide enough. So this today, I think we're going to make into a shirt, which to be honest is gonna be really epic. I'm excited to share it with you guys. I use an existing garment like this stretch romper as my template. You're gonna lay your template in the middle of the blanket, and then we're gonna actually use it to determine the width and also where the armpit is. Using the edge of the template, cut all the way from the bottom of the blanket to the armpit line. Stopping at the armpit line is going to make a well-defined sleeve. The next cut is going to be at the other end of the blanket in order to make a triangle, and we're going to stop at that armpit line, and that is how we are going to create the sleeve. I get a lot of questions on Instagram as to why I cut the blanket before I sew and how it doesn't unravel. I find that cutting the fabric first actually makes it possible to thread through the machine. It's also way harder to kind of hit your mark, so the actual structure of the garment doesn't come out as well defined if you don't cut first. In terms of unraveling, I don't know, it just doesn't. I prefer these clip pins because the sharp pins sort of end up getting lost and end up on your floor. My favorite pins are in my Amazon shop in my bio. Here you can tell I'm just using a zigzag stitch, and that's basically because of the nature of the fabric. It's very temperamental. Each garment needs a little bit more tension, but what you really need to know is that you need to really push these seams through the machine, because this is what happens if you don't. However, if you do push them through the feed dogs, which are those sort of grabbers at the end of the sewing plate, it ends out a little bit more even like so. The key with making the neck hole is making it smaller than you think. If you make it too big, it's likely to unravel and also will give you more of a boat neck look if that's what you're going for. I try to cut around the crocheting as much as I can in order to not disrupt rows if I don't have to. As you can see here, I'm cutting straight and then sort of doing one more row at the top, but it's not a perfect circle. To secure the edges, I'll actually sew by hand, or in this instance, I'm gonna actually just press it down with a straight stitch. The takeaway from this project is that crochet blankets are actually more forgiving than you think. Even if the seams aren't perfect, this garment turns out beautifully. If you love this project, be sure to subscribe. I have more ideas where that came from.